everyone, it's Annette and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this gift card pocket tag. This one is from Simon Says Stamp, and it's a nice little tag that you can add to your gift bags, or in today's video tutorial I'm going to attach it to the front of a card. But it's a nice little pocket, and I'm going to use double-sided, I'm not using double-sided, I'm going to be using just some designer paper. That'll give a nice design on the front of this tag and on the back actually. But I'm going to show you how to make it. I'm going to flip this over and show you the dies that come with this product. These are really nice dies. They're 100% steel, and you have some different options here. There's some snowflakes in a Christmas tree. You can make a tag for the holidays, or an I love you tag, or just, you know, for birthday you could use the heart. I'm not going to use any of those, but I am going to use the die for the tag itself, which is this particular die. It also has these really nice to and from dies. And I'm also going to use, I believe, this little circle die to cut out the hole at the top. We'll see. I don't know how that's going to play out, but let me just bring in the paper that I'm going to use. I just have this paper in my stash. It was actually a 12 by 12 piece of paper in a paper pack, and I cut it down to 6 by 6. All right, and so I am going to cut this die out. Let me get this. My fingers aren't working. So this will be the front of the tag, and then this scalloped edge will be the pocket where you can put your gift card or a note or anything like that. So I actually want this to be, that could be the front of my tag. So I want to position this die to where this butterfly is going to be on this side. So to do that, this is how I will want to run my die through the die cutting machine, versus, you know, if I did it this way, then the script would be on the front and the butterfly would be on the back. And that's fine too. But I actually was going to do it that way, but now that I think it out a little bit more, I want to position it this way. So to keep in mind, when this die is cut out and folds, this butterfly is going to be very sideways. So let me just figure this out a minute. I think I'm going to go this way, so when it folds, the butterfly is up and not facing kind of a weird position, and then it'll actually capture some of this script on the front, and I do like that. And then this will be the back of the tag, and I actually like that better. So let's go with that. I just have a piece of white construction paper for my surface. I'm going to tape it down just so it doesn't move. I kind of do this just to avoid all the glare you're getting from my overhead light. Not so much to protect the surface. My surface is a glass mat, and let me push this up a little bit, and it's very easy to clean. So basically it's just to cut down the glare, and I'm just using some washi tape that I have. And just a quick tip on my tape, and I do this for any tape, my packaging tape, masking tape, scotch tape. When I have the end, I just fold a little piece of it over, just like that, and it just makes it easy to find the end later. I don't have to like pick and pick, but that's just a quick tip I thought I'd throw in there, and there you go. All right, let me pull in my die cutting machine, here. This is my Sizzix Big Shot, and I'll just put the cutting plates in. Let's go ahead and get this on here the way we were talking about, and we wanted it to go about this way. And I'm not going to tape this die down. There's really no need. I find that if I just place it and then get my top plate on it and hold it down when I start cranking, things just kind of stay put. So that works. So let's just run that through. Okay. And I'll show you. this is what you get. And it puts the score lines in as well. And it might be hard to pick that up on the camera, but there's a score line here and one right here. So I'm going to come back to that. So while I have the die cutting machine out, I think I will go ahead and cut out this circle. Let's get this back here. I'll go ahead and cut out a circle just in case I need that. And really, we can cut it out anywhere, but let's just do the, it's really not going to show up much, so I'll just use this piece over here. Because I might be able to save this scrap for something else. I'm not going to throw this scrap away. It's kind of really nice to use pattern papers to cut out, especially your pattern paper scraps, to cut out little flowers, and you already have them kind of, you know, colored in or painted. So let's get this little circle out of here. These dies are so tiny. But the dies have little holes on the back to help you release the circle. See how small that is? Very tiny. And I'm just going to set that aside over here, actually in my little dish. We're going to come to that later, but I'm going to set that there just so I don't lose it. And I believe we are done with die cutting. So let me just get this out of the way. I always say I think I'm done, and then lo and behold, I come back to it. But I do think we're done with it. So what I want to do next is I just want to go ahead and crease these folds. Let's start with this one. So they already kind of have it started for you, but just fold it down and burnish that crease down with a firm object. I'm using a bone folder. And then you want to do the same with this little flap. It's very small. So let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. So you have, essentially you're going to have this, and we're going to glue that down. Okay. Actually, I'm going to just really make sure this lays flat together. So it's a good idea when you have dies like this with all kinds of creases, get them all folded down and burnish them down so it lies good and flat, just like that. And then we'll go ahead and apply some liquid glue to this flap and fold it over. And then I'm going to take my little stone owl, which is just adding some pressure to make sure that glue adheres. Then I want to take this little dot, and it is tiny, so I'm going to use my reverse tweezers to pick it up. I'm going to put some glue on the back side of that. It doesn't take a lot. And then I'm just going to flip this over to the front and put that right there. And it's stuck to my finger. So just, it's kind of hard to see on this white background, but I'm just gonna slide it over. That's the nice thing about liquid glue. You got some time, but I just flipped it, or I just scooted it over to cover that hole. And you can see that butterfly landed exactly like we wanted it. If I would have done it originally, the butterfly would have just gone sideways and it would have looked kind of odd. And then on the back you have this nice pattern. So I want to set this aside for a moment. And then I've already pre-cut a matte layer and a panel. Again, I found in my scraps, and I just looked for something that would coordinate well with this. And I'm going to go ahead and I want to stamp a greeting on here first. So I have a greeting here in my mini Misti. I'll show you that in a second. And once we stamp it, we'll glue this together, and then we're going to punch a hole here so we can put some ribbon through there. All right, so let's get this back into the mini Misti. All right. And I am using the Blooming Sunflower stamp set from Gina Designs. And I pulled this Birthday Wishes stamp. I've already pulled it out, and I positioned it onto my card panel. I already did that. And then I picked it up with the door of the Misti. So as long as you have your paper up in the corner, you should be able to be good to go, and you can stamp multiple times if needed. All right, so let's just ink this stamp up. And I'm using Gina Designs Black Onyx. Zoom out so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just stamping the or inking the stamp up. Gosh, my brain, I knew that it wasn't sounding right in my mind. I'm like, what am I saying? It doesn't sound accurate. And we will just ink that one more time. These inks are so nice because usually you get a really nice impression with one pass, but I like to do two just to get it nice and dark and inky. And I'm going to zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. And there you have birthday wishes. All right, so we're done with that. I'm just going to take a moment to clean off my stamp, get the ink off of it, and we'll put that away. All right, and I think we can take this out now. All right. Moving right along, we're going to go ahead and glue our panel onto our matte layer. And just apply some glue to the back. I love trying these new projects because especially trying to think of different ways to use a tag, you know, something that's, of course, you can put it on a gift bag or, you know, like a bottle of hand lotion or something like that. But I really like putting them on the front of a birthday card, or especially a birthday card or a graduation card. You could put money in there. I mean, it's just a great idea. So now I want to position this so it doesn't cover up the birthday wishes. So, you know, we can put it anywhere we'd like, but I think I'm going to actually add a punch hole right in this area. And let's try, I'm just pulling in a punch hole, a punch. So let me just really try to see where I want this. It doesn't have to be exact science, but let's just go there. And it doesn't really matter, I don't think. I could be proving myself wrong here in a couple minutes, but I don't think it's going to matter that this hole is larger than this hole because it's going to cover it up. I just want to be able to pull some ribbon or string through. And for this, I am using some, I guess this is needlepoint floss. I just kind of picked a color that it's kind of in the gold shimmer. It's kind of like a green gold, and I just thought that that would work nicely. So let's just take some of this out. I'm not sure exactly how much I'm going to need, but I want to definitely do this before we glue it onto the card base. So I find it easy, instead of trying to thread these stray strands, just fold it over and put it through. And there you go. All right, so I do have way more than I need, but that's okay. And then basically I just want to tie a bow. Let me get rid of some of this excess right now. Okay, and then you're just going to tie a bow on the front. And if you're not good at tying bows, just tie a knot. It does not have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be too tight, but I kind of, you know, again, be mindful of where your greeting is if you have one down at the bottom. And then I like to tie a knot first. And then just make a bow. And then we'll cut off the tails. Okay. And cut them on an angle, even make one very short. And then all we have left to do is glue this whole thing onto the front of our card base, which, again, I apologize, I have a white background and a white card base, so it might be a little bit hard to see. I can't really see on my camera right now because it's mounted in a overhead mount. But let's get this down. And I'm just making sure there's an even white border all the way around the card. Okay. And then just give it a good press. And let me show you here. we go. All right, there's the card, and I did pull a gift card here, or a rewards card. I don't use it anymore, but yep, it just fits right nicely in there. And wouldn't that be a nice surprise when they open their card and they have a little, you know, gift card to a coffee shop or a retailer that they enjoy. So anyway, this is a quick project. Multiple ways you can use this. You can use Christmas paper for the holidays. You could use, you know, like if it's an anniversary, you know, paper that has hearts on it. There's just so many options, and it's just so pretty, and I just love it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Do visit me every week. I put a video up every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. You can follow me at AS Card Design on Instagram and YouTube, and also my website, ascarddesign.com. Until next week, have a great day and a great week.